Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're counting down the top 25 best Nintendo Switch games that you absolutely need to play. These aren't just good games, these are the titles that define what makes the Switch such an incredible console. Whether you're into action, adventure, racing, or just chilling with friends, this list has something for everyone. So, let's jump right in. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. This is a massive JRPG that puts you in control of Shulk, a young mechanic who wields a mysterious sword called the Monado. The entire game takes place on the bodies of two giant titans frozen in battle, which is an insane concept that actually works incredibly well. Combat is real-time but strategic. You're positioning your party members, managing cooldowns on abilities called arts, and using the Monado to see glimpses of the future during fights, letting you change fate and prevent deadly attacks. The story revolves around humanity's war against mechanical beings called Mechon, but it goes way deeper than that, with twists about the world's true nature. You're exploring these huge interconnected areas on the Titans' bodies, doing side quests for various colonies, and the sense of scale is just breathtaking. The Definitive Edition adds quality of life improvements and a whole epilogue chapter called Future Connected. It's easily 60 to 80 hours of content with memorable characters, an emotional story, and one of the best soundtracks in gaming. Bayonetta 2. This is pure, stylish action at its finest. You play as Bayonetta, a witch who fights angels and demons using guns attached to her hands and feet, plus her magical hair that she uses to summon giant demons for devastating finishing moves. The combat system is all about chaining combos, dodging at the last possible second to trigger Witch Time, which slows down enemies, and just absolutely demolishing everything on screen with style. Unlike the first game's darker tone, Bayonetta 2 takes you through vibrant locations, from heavenly gates to the depths of hell itself, as you fight to save your friend Jean's soul. The story is completely over the top, with crazy set pieces, like fighting a giant demon on top of a fighter jet, or battling on a skyscraper-sized enemy. Controls are super responsive, and there's tons of weapons to unlock and experiment with, from whips to hammers to chainsaws. The game also includes the original Bayonetta, so you're getting two incredible action games in one package. It's fast, it's flashy, and it never stops being entertaining. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This is a 2D platformer that looks simple, but is actually one of the most challenging and rewarding platformers ever made. The Snowmad Vikings have taken over DK Island and frozen it solid, so Donkey Kong, Diddy, Dixie, and Cranky Kong have to fight through 6 massive worlds to take it back. Each level is meticulously designed with secrets hidden everywhere, puzzle pieces and Kong letters to collect if you're thorough. You're bouncing off enemies, swinging on vines, swimming through underwater sections with incredible physics, and riding minecarts through collapsing mines. What makes this special is how every level introduces new mechanics and ideas, never repeating itself. Diddy gives you a jetpack hover, Dixie lets you float with her hair, and Cranky has a cane pogo. The difficulty ramps up significantly, especially if you're going for 100% completion, but it never feels unfair. Boss fights are creative and test everything you've learned. You can play co-op, which makes things slightly easier, but also more chaotic. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This is the ultimate kart racing game, and probably the most complete Mario Kart ever made. You're racing across 48 beautifully designed tracks, including classics from previous games, all remastered with anti-gravity sections where you drive on walls and ceilings. There's 42 characters to choose from, tons of kart customization with different bodies, wheels, and gliders that affect your stats. The item game is perfectly balanced chaos. Red shells for targeting, banana peels for defense, the infamous blue shell for whoever's in first place, and crazy stuff like the boomerang flower and super horn. You can play with up to 4 players locally in split screen, or take it online for 12-player races. Battle mode got completely overhauled with actual arenas and modes like Balloon Battle and Ba-Bomb Blast. The 200 cubic centimeter speed class is absolutely insane and requires mastering brake drifting around corners. Every track has shortcuts and optimal paths to learn, and the drift boosting system is easy to pick up but takes real skill to master. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is the biggest crossover fighting game ever created, with 89 characters from gaming history. You're not depleting health bars. Instead, you're building up damage percentage on opponents, making them fly further when hit, trying to knock them off the stage. Every character plays completely differently, from Mario's balanced moveset to complicated fighters like Shulk with his stance switching, or Terry with his fighting game inputs. There's over 100 stages from all these different franchises, items that spawn to create chaos, and multiple game modes. Classic mode gives each character their own unique story path. World of Light is a massive single-player adventure where you fight spirit battles with crazy conditions. And Online lets you set your preferred rules for matchmaking. The skill ceiling is incredibly high, with advanced techniques like short hopping, fast falling, directional influence, and character-specific tech, but it's also approachable enough for casual play. Astral Chain. This is a cyberpunk action game from Platinum Games, where you're a rookie cop in a futuristic megacity dealing with interdimensional invasions. You control a member of Neuron, a special police task force, and you're linked to a legion, basically a tamed demon that fights alongside you. The genius is, you're controlling both your character and your legion simultaneously. Your legion can't be damaged, but has a cooldown if overused, and you're constantly switching between 5 different legion types mid-combat. Sword for offense, arrow for range, arm for defense, beast for mobility, and axe for heavy damage. Combat is about positioning both characters, wrapping your chain around enemies to bind them, doing sync attacks when you and your legion strike together, and managing your abilities. Between missions, you're investigating cases, talking to citizens, doing side quests, and actually solving detective work, like examining crime scenes and following suspects.
We're a man down. Give us a hand.
Let's get him!
Animal Crossing: New Horizons. This is a life simulation game where you move to a deserted island and build your own paradise from scratch. There's no real objectives or win conditions, you're just living day by day, decorating your island however you want. You start with a tent and basic tools, catching bugs and fish to sell to Tom Nook, gathering materials like wood and stone to craft better equipment. Gradually, you unlock more villagers who move in, each with unique personalities and dialogue. You're terraforming the land itself eventually, raising and lowering cliffs, creating rivers, placing paths and bridges exactly where you want them. The real-time clock means the game changes based on actual time. In seasons, different bugs and fish appear in different months. Villagers celebrate holidays, and your island looks completely different in winter versus summer. You can visit friends' islands online, trade items, share custom designs for clothes and patterns. Fishing is relaxing. Bug catching becomes surprisingly strategic when hunting rare spawns. Pikmin 4 delivers a thoughtful blend of strategy, exploration, and puzzle solving, where you guide a tiny rescue captain across detailed environments while commanding squads of Pikmin to gather treasures, defeat creatures, and overcome environmental obstacles. Instead of direct combat, the gameplay focuses on smart multitasking, choosing the right Pikmin types for each situation, and managing resources efficiently across each expedition. The addition of Ochi, the rescue pup, significantly enhances gameplay flow by allowing task splitting, treasure tracking, and combat support, making exploration feel more dynamic and strategic. Night expeditions introduce a defensive twist using glow Pikmin, adding variety to the core loop without disrupting its relaxing pace. The story follows a mission to rescue stranded explorers on a mysterious planet, unfolding naturally through exploration rather than heavy cutscenes, which keeps immersion strong. Unicorn Overlord. This is a tactical RPG that combines real-time strategy with deep character customization and a massive fantasy war campaign. You play as Elaine, an exiled prince assembling an army to liberate your kingdom from an evil empire. The battle system is unique. You organize units of up to 6 characters, set their tactics and skill priorities before battle, then watch them fight in real time while you command unit positioning on the battlefield. You're deciding which units engage which enemies, when to use special abilities called Valor skills, and how to combine unit types effectively. Outside of battle, you're liberating towns, recruiting over 60 unique characters, each with their own classes and abilities, managing your army's equipment and skills, and building rapport between characters to unlock powerful team attacks. The story is classic fantasy, with political intrigue, multiple nations with their own conflicts, and moral choices about how to treat defeated enemies.
Strike them.
Give them nothing!
My magic is
Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This is actually two incredible games in one package. 3D World is a multiplayer 3D platformer, where up to 4 players go through creative levels with unique mechanics. You're running on ice skates, dodging spotlights, navigating shadow sections, and using tons of power-ups, like the catsuit that lets you climb walls and pounce on enemies. Each character plays differently. Mario is balanced, Luigi jumps higher, Peach floats, Toad runs faster, and Rosalina's unlockable. Levels are perfectly designed, bite-sized challenges, full of secrets like hidden stamps and stars, with increasing difficulty that gets genuinely challenging in the post-game Champions Road. Bowser's Fury is the real surprise, an open-world Mario experience where you explore Lake Lapcat, collecting cat shines, while Fury Bowser periodically awakens and attacks everything. You're teaming up with Bowser Jr., using him to solve puzzles and fight enemies, and when Fury Bowser appears, you either hide or collect enough shines to go Giga Cat Mario and fight him kaiju style. Metroid Dread. This is a fast-paced 2D action game where you play as Samus Aran, exploring planet ZDR to investigate a mysterious transmission. The game brings back classic Metroidvania exploration, where you're gaining new abilities like the Grapple Beam, Speed Booster, and Morph Ball to access previously blocked areas, constantly backtracking with new powers to uncover secrets. Combat is super fluid, with melee counters that let you parry enemy attacks for instant kills, and the shooting feels incredibly responsive. The big twist is the EMMI robots. These invincible hunters patrol certain zones and will instantly kill you if caught, forcing you to run and hide until you gain temporary power to destroy them. Boss fights are intense, pattern-based battles that test your reflexes and mastery of Samus's abilities. The story reveals major lore about the Metroids, Samus's connection to them, and her Chozo origins, building to a climax that changes everything. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This is a massive JRPG where you play as Rex, a salvager who accidentally bonds with a legendary blade named Pyra and gets caught up in a quest to reach Elysium, humanity's lost paradise. The world is built on the backs of enormous creatures called Titans, and you're traveling between them, each with completely different environments and cultures. Combat is real-time, where you auto-attack to build up arts, special abilities on cooldowns, and you're chaining these into combos with your party members to create elemental reactions and break, topple, launch, smash sequences. The blade system is central. These are living weapons bonded to drivers, and you can collect dozens of blades throughout the game, each changing your combat style and abilities. There's a gacha element to awakening new blades from core crystals, which is divisive, but adds excitement to finding rare ones.
Why not? Yeah!
Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This is a 2D Mario platformer that completely reinvents the formula with creative chaos. You're traveling through the Flower Kingdom, where collecting Wonder Flowers transforms levels in wild, unpredictable ways. The screen might start singing, pipes become worms that move around, you turn into a Goomba, or gravity flips constantly. Every level feels fresh, with unique ideas that never repeat. You've got new power-ups, like the elephant form that lets you swing your trunk to attack and store water for puzzles, and the drill power-up for burrowing through surfaces. Badge system adds customization, where you equip abilities like double jumping, parachute caps, or wall climbing, changing how you approach levels. There's multiple playable characters, including Yoshi and Nabbit for easier difficulty. And online integration shows ghost players running through levels with you, able to revive you if you fall. Talking flowers give funny commentary throughout levels. Luigi's Mansion 3. This is an action-adventure game where Luigi explores a haunted hotel to rescue Mario and friends from King Boo's trap. You're using the Poltergust G00 vacuum to suck up ghosts after stunning them with your flashlight's strobe function, slamming them around to deplete their health. Each floor of the hotel has a completely different theme: medieval castle, ancient Egypt, movie studio, dance hall. with unique ghost bosses using the environment creatively. Luigi is your goo clone that can squeeze through bars and walk on spikes, essential for puzzles that require controlling both Luigi and Luigi simultaneously, either switching between them or in co-op. Combat gets deeper as you learn to burst move to dodge attacks, use suction shot to destroy armor and obstacles, and the environments are super interactive, with almost everything react to your vacuum. Puzzles involve manipulating objects, finding hidden doors, and figuring out how to reach collectible gems in each floor. Dragon Quest XI-S. This is a traditional turn-based JRPG where you play as the Luminary, a chosen hero marked with a symbol who's destined to save the world from darkness. Except you're branded a villain and must go on the run. You're traveling across a huge world, recruiting party members, each with their own tragic backstories and connections to the main plot, involving an ancient evil returning. Combat is classic turn-based, with options to move around the battlefield, though positioning doesn't matter much. You're selecting attacks, spells, and abilities from a skill tree system where each character can specialize in different weapon types and abilities. The game has a forge where you can craft and upgrade equipment using materials found throughout the world, requiring minigames to perfect items. Pet powers are special team attacks that trigger when characters get pumped up during battle, dealing massive damage or providing huge buffs.
Fight and fight some more!
Fire Emblem Three Houses. This is a tactical RPG where you play as a mercenary who becomes a professor at a military academy, choosing between three houses: the Black Eagles, Blue Lions, or Golden Deer, each with completely different stories and perspectives on the continent's brewing war. The game splits between monastery life, where you're building relationships with students through tea time, sharing meals, returning lost items, and teaching them in different weapon skills and magic, and tactical grid-based battles, where units take turns moving and attacking, with weapon triangle advantages and terrain bonuses. The calendar system means you have limited time each month to train students, explore the monastery, or do auxiliary battles for experience and items. Characters can die permanently in classic mode, adding weight to every decision, and you're reclassing students into different roles, like Pegasus Knights, Wyvern Riders, or Sorcerers, based on their stat growth and exam requirements.
Is that all?
Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. This is an RPG adventure where Mario explores the town of Rogueport and surrounding areas, searching for 7 crystal stars to open the legendary Thousand-Year Door. Combat is turn-based, with timed button presses for action commands. Hitting A at the right moment increases attack damage or reduces enemy damage, making every battle engaging, even when you're overpowered. You're collecting partner characters like Goombella, Koops, and Vivian, who fight alongside you, each with unique field abilities for puzzle solving and special moves in battle. The badge system lets you customize Mario's abilities, equipping things that boost defense, add new jump attacks, or give special effects, limited by badge points you earn from leveling up. The paper aesthetic is used brilliantly for gameplay. You turn sideways to slip through cracks, fold into a paper airplane to cross gaps, and roll into a tube to fit through narrow passages. Super Mario RPG. This is the remake of the SNES classic, where Mario teams up with unlikely allies to repair the Star Road and stop the Smithy Gang from taking over. You're exploring isometric worlds, jumping on enemies to start turn-based battles, where timing button presses perfectly makes your attack stronger and lets you block enemy damage. Your party includes Mario, Mallow the Cloud Boy who uses magic, Geno the Star Spirit possessing a doll with powerful abilities, Bowser, who joins as a tank character, and Princess Peach with healing magic. Combat is accessible but has depth, with special moves that require different button timing patterns, and you're equipping gear and accessories to boost stats. The game balances platforming exploration with RPG battles perfectly, and there's tons of secrets like hidden chests, optional bosses, and a casino minigame area. The remake adds improved visuals with detailed character models while keeping the original's charm. Quality of life features like a map and quest tracker. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This is Kirby's first fully 3D platformer, where you explore a post-apocalyptic world filled with abandoned human structures overtaken by nature. You're inhaling enemies to copy their abilities: sword, fire, ice, ranger with guns, drill for underground sections, and each ability can be upgraded multiple times with blueprints and materials found throughout levels, making them significantly more powerful with new moves. Mouthful mode is the new mechanic where Kirby stretches over large objects like cars, vending machines, or traffic cones, controlling them to solve puzzles and fight enemies in hilarious ways. Levels are designed with multiple objectives: rescue captured Waddle Dees, find hidden coins, complete challenge missions, giving tons of replayability as you return with different abilities. Boss fights are creative and intense, especially in the post-game, where they get remixed with harder patterns. The Coliseum offers boss rush challenges, and Treasure Road stages are time trials, testing mastery of specific copy abilities. Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2 offer a refined 3D platforming experience built around creative, galaxy-themed levels where gravity constantly reshapes how you move, jump, and explore. Instead of traditional flat stages, you travel across spherical planets, rotating platforms, and floating space structures, which keeps gameplay fresh and visually dynamic. The core mechanics focus on precise movement, including long jumps, spins, and wall jumps, while the spin ability adds both combat and traversal depth. Progression revolves around collecting power stars through focused missions that range from platforming challenges to boss encounters and puzzle-driven objectives. The sequel enhances the formula with denser level design, new power-ups like cloud and rock transformations, and the addition of Yoshi, introducing new mobility and puzzle interactions. The story remains simple and atmospheric, following Mario's journey across the universe to stop Bowser's cosmic ambitions, unfolding naturally through exploration and charming encounters rather than heavy cutscenes, creating a sense of wonder that perfectly complements the imaginative gameplay design. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom expands the open-world formula with a massive, vertically layered Hyrule that encourages true freedom in exploration, puzzle solving, and combat. You can freely climb, glide, and traverse the surface, sky islands, and the depths, creating a constant sense of discovery. The core gameplay is built around Link's new abilities like Ultra Hand, Fuse, Ascend, and Recall, which transform how players interact with the world, allowing creative building, weapon customization, and clever puzzle solutions rather than fixed approaches. Zonai devices further deepen the sandbox design by letting you construct vehicles, machines, and traversal tools that adapt to different situations. Combat blends melee, archery, abilities, and environmental interaction, rewarding experimentation and strategic thinking. The story follows Link exploring a transformed Hyrule after a mysterious catastrophe separates him from Zelda, unfolding naturally through exploration, memories, and encounters, creating an immersive adventure driven by curiosity and player freedom. Super Mario Odyssey delivers a polished, sandbox 3D platforming experience centered around large, open-ended kingdoms that reward exploration, movement mastery, and creativity. Instead of linear stages, each world functions like a playground, filled with platforming challenges, puzzles, hidden secrets, and side activities that naturally encourage curiosity. The core gameplay loop revolves around collecting power moons to progress, but players have the freedom to obtain them through multiple approaches, making exploration feel flexible and engaging. The defining mechanic is Cappy, Mario's sentient hat, which allows him to capture enemies and objects, unlocking unique abilities that constantly change how levels are navigated and solved. Combined with precise controls, acrobatic movement options, and diverse environments, traversal feels smooth and expressive. The story follows Mario and Cappy traveling across kingdoms to stop Bowser's wedding plan, unfolding through light cutscenes and exploration, keeping the focus on gameplay while maintaining a charming sense of adventure and discovery. Metroid Prime Remastered offers a deeply immersive first-person adventure that blends exploration, puzzle solving, and methodical combat within an interconnected alien world. You control Samus Aran as she explores the planet Talon 4, gradually unlocking new abilities, beams, and suits that open previously inaccessible areas, creating a satisfying Metroidvania-style progression loop. The visor system plays a key role in gameplay, allowing players to scan enemies, environments, and lore objects, which enhances both strategy and environmental storytelling. Combat focuses on lock-on targeting, movement, and weapon switching, rather than fast-paced shooting, making encounters feel tactical and deliberate. The Morph Ball adds additional depth by enabling traversal through tight spaces and solving environmental puzzles. The story unfolds subtly through exploration, scan logs, and environmental clues as Samus investigates a mysterious substance and the remnants of an ancient civilization, creating a strong sense of isolation, discovery, and atmospheric world-building throughout the adventure. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 delivers a massive open-world JRPG experience where exploration, story, and real-time combat are tightly interconnected within the war-torn world of Ionios. You control a party of characters who fight simultaneously in real-time battles, using auto-attacks to charge arts, positioning strategically, and coordinating roles like attacker, defender, and healer for tactical depth. The flexible class system allows characters to switch roles and unlock new abilities, encouraging experimentation and long-term progression. A standout mechanic is Ouroboros, which lets paired characters fuse into powerful forms that reshape combat flow and add strategic variety during intense encounters. Exploration plays a major role, with large regions, side quests, and hero missions that expand both gameplay and narrative while rewarding curiosity. The story follows Noah, Mio, and their allies as they question an endless war between two nations, gradually uncovering deeper truths about their world through character-driven events, emotional moments, and a journey focused on purpose, conflict, and survival. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild offers a vast, open-air adventure built around freedom, exploration, and player-driven discovery across a ruined Hyrule. Instead of a linear structure, the gameplay encourages you to explore in any direction, climb nearly any surface, glide across landscapes, and uncover shrines, secrets, and quests naturally through curiosity. A key strength lies in its physics and chemistry systems, where elements like fire, wind, metal, and weather interact dynamically, allowing multiple creative solutions to puzzles and combat encounters. The Sheikah Slate abilities, including bombs, magnetism, time manipulation, and ice creation, play a central role in both traversal and puzzle solving, reinforcing the game's focus on experimentation. Combat blends melee, bows, stealth, and environmental tactics, while weapon durability and survival mechanics like cooking and temperature management add strategic depth. And there you have it. The top 25 best Nintendo Switch games that absolutely define this console. Let me know in the comments which one is your number one, and if you think I got the order right. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.